Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Arpan and I am a medical student. And you can follow me on Instagram for more medical content. I will try to be regular on the Instagram and add more medical content and all of the questions that are asked in the podcast and the videos. The answer to all the questions will be available on my Instagram. So without any further go, let's start the video and audio. Today I will be talking about some of the concepts of biochemistry. It includes basically four concepts, that is what is catabolic and anabolic pathway, and I will relate it with the fed, fasting and starvation state. Second, I will be talking about the anabolic and catabolic hormones which are in the bodies, and third is the phosphorylation and dephosphorylation activated enzymes, that is the enzymes that are active in phosphorylated state and the enzymes which are activated in the dephosphorylated state. And the fourth will be the reactions that take place in the cell, which compartment of the cell the reaction takes place, either in cytoplasm, mitochondria, or whatever organelle the reaction takes place. So first thing, the catabolic and anabolic pathways or reactions or the enzymes. So the catabolic reaction and the anabolic reaction, as you know, catabolic means breakdown and anabolic means the formation. So in general, our body mainly is present or is in three states, that is fed state, fasting state and starvation state. Fed state is the state, you can say that it is the state when our body has just consumed the food, so our body has presence of lot of free energy or free glucose in the blood. So in fed state we can consider that as we have extra energy and extra fuel for the body, so we need to conserve it. So in the fed state, what body does is the anabolic pathway takes place in the fed state, and in the fasting and starvation state, body undergo catabolic reaction. Why catabolic reaction? Because the stored up energy or the stored up glucose which has been prevented or which has been kept aside from the regular uses for the future use is to be utilized in the fasting and the starvation state, because the extra food is not gone for around 10 to 15 hours or so long. So this is the fasting and starvation state. So basically we can relate that in fed state or fed state is equivalent to anabolic pathway, or in fed state the anabolic pathway occurs, and in the fasting state the catabolic reactions occur. Okay, so the anabolic reactions includes the reactions such as the HMP, glycogenesis, fatty acids, triacylglycerol or triglycerides, and cholesterol synthesis. And we also have one lipoprotein lipase. It is an enzyme. So the function of the enzyme, you should search it over the internet, or simply can go over my Instagram to find the answer, that what is lipoprotein lipase. These all are the anabolic reactions or the anabolic enzymes. And the second is the catabolic reactions or the catabolic enzyme. So the reaction includes the glycolysis, link reaction, and the glycogenolysis, beta oxidation of fatty acids, glucogenesis, ketone body synthesis and its utilization, and the hormone sensitive lipase. This all includes the catabolic reaction, and this hormone sensitive lipase is an enzyme, not an reaction or pathway. So it's the first concept, that anabolic means fed state, or fed state means anabolic pathway, and catabolism mainly occurs in the fasting or starvation state. Then the second is the anabolic and catabolic hormone. So what is it? So we need to understand that insulin and glucagon are the two major hormones, and both work antagonist to each other. So insulin activates the anabolic reactions and glucagon activates the catabolic reaction. So insulin activates the anabolic reaction. So all the reactions which I have stated before in the anabolic list will be activated by the insulin, and all the catabolic reaction will be activated by the glucagon. But here we have two exceptions, that is glycolysis and the link reaction. The glycolysis and the link reaction comes under the catabolic reactions or the catabolic pathway, but still it is activated by the insulin, and it is inactivated or it is not activated by the glucagon. Then we have the third concept, that is phosphorylation and dephosphorylation activated enzymes. That is the enzymes that are activated in the phosphorylated state and the enzymes that are activated in the dephosphorylated state. So the insulin, we know from the concept second that insulin activates the anabolic reactions, and insulin causes the dephosphorylation. Insulin causes the dephosphorylation and decrease in cyclic AMP level. So we can conclude that all the anabolic reactions which are activated by the insulin are basically activated by the mechanism of dephosphorylation, right? So dephosphorylation means removal of phosphate group. So all the anabolic reactions which are activated by the insulin are activated in the dephosphorylated state, and in this category, that is the anabolic reactions and the insulin activated reactions, will also include two catabolic reactions, which are glycolysis and the link reaction, because these two reactions are also activated by the insulin itself, right? Now glucagon causes phosphorylation. As we know that insulin and glucagon are both antagonists to each other, so we need to understand that if insulin causes dephosphorylation and decrease in the cyclic AMP level, so the glucagon will obviously increase the cyclic AMP level and cause the phosphorylation. So we can conclude that glucagon activates catabolic reactions by the mechanism of phosphorylation and increase in cyclic AMP level. So all the reactions or all the catabolic reactions will come into this category except for two reactions, that is glycolysis and the link reaction. Okay, but we also have one exception here, that is one enzyme which is used in the fatty acid synthesis, which is the ATP citrate lyase. This enzyme is activated in the phosphorylated state, but fatty acid synthesis is an anabolic pathway, so according to the rule it should be activated by the insulin by the mechanism of dephosphorylation, but exception is it is activated in phosphorylated state only. And the fourth concept includes which reaction occurs in which compartment of the cell. In exams, some of the exams, the question has been asked, like it can give you that glycolysis occurs in which compartment. So answer will be cytoplasm. So let's look into it. See, we have till now understood that insulin activates all the anabolic pathway by the mechanism of phosphorylation. Okay, now we have to add one more thing, that all the anabolic reactions which are activated by the insulin by the mechanism of dephosphorylation occurs in the cytoplasm. It's a general one-liner or one concept. So all the anabolic reactions occurs in the cytoplasm, while all the reactions which are activated by glucagon by the mechanism of phosphorylation occurs in the mitochondria. Here we also have two exceptions, that is glycolysis and the glycogenolysis. These are the reactions which occurs in the cytoplasm, but these reactions are catabolic, but still they occur in the cytoplasm as the anabolic reactions. So we can say that all the anabolic reactions along with the glycolysis and the glycogenolysis occurs in the cytoplasm. And also in the first concept we have to remember that the ETC and the heme synthesis, these are the vital reactions. These reactions are not influenced by the up level or down level of the hormones. So these such as the ETC and the heme synthesis are independent of the hormones, so they are neither you can say catabolic or anabolic, because it can occur even in the fed state and even in the fasting or starvation state. Okay, so it can occur anywhere, anytime in the cell. No. Also, the urea cycle heme synthesis and gluconeogenesis occurs in mitochondria as well as cytoplasm. So we have some reactions in the body which occurs in both the compartment or both the part, cytoplasm and also in the mitochondria. So all the reactions which takes place in both the compartment actually occurs or starts with the mitochondria. That is, their first 1 to 2 reactions occur in the mitochondria and then the reaction proceeds in the cytoplasm. So we have 3 examples here which occurs in both the compartment, that is urea cycle and the heme synthesis and the gluconeogenesis. These 3 reactions occurs in the mitochondria and then continues in the cytoplasm. And all the vital pathways, as I stated before, all the vital pathway that is ETC or heme synthesis, these are vital pathway. Okay, so ETC particularly occurs in the mitochondria only. That's all for this very first upload. Don't forget to share the feedback of how you whether you like the podcast or video if you're watching this on the YouTube. So thank you, take care, bye bye.